Hello, and welcome back to another BNT unboxing video. Today we're taking a look at a brand new N64 game, 40 Winks. Before we get started, I'll go through a little bit of the history that I know of this game. It was originally developed by Eurocom and published by GT Interactive back in the late 90s. In 1998, GT Interactive had some financial problems. It was canceled. The game was published on the PlayStation 1, but never for the N64. And through means I do not know how, Pico got the licensing or got the original game and produced it on the N64 cartridge. I purchased this Kickstarter campaign probably over a year ago. I have to look up to see when that was. And finally got it delivered about a week and a half ago. Just got around to making the video of it. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go through all the stuff I got as part of the Kickstarter campaign, and then I'll do an unboxing of the game. But we'll start with the game and take a look at how it looks and do a quick comparison versus this and a original N64 game, and just see the similarities and the differences between the two. See how close they got from this Kickstarter campaign for 40 Winks. Alright, so let's take a look at the game, the box itself. The box is fairly nice, very colorful. All the edges look right. Unfortunately, it did not get damaged during shipping, which was honestly a concern of mine. I don't trust the post office. So a few things I noticed that jump out as to what's incorrect is incorrect compared to an original N64 game. The plastic's way too thick. It's also sealed on the edges instead of the back. I don't know how Nintendo sealed these games, what machine they use, so that may not be something available, or it may just be, if it is available, it's stupidly expensive. I don't know. And it's not a negative, it's just what's different. The icons over here are all different. So this is Nhl Breakaway 98. Coincidentally enough, it is also sealed. Not for any particular reason. I think I found it on eBay for $18 maybe, free shipping. And I just never got around to opening it. One day maybe. But it gives a nice comparison between the two. The red that is being used on 40 Winks is more of a maroon. It's not a bright red. That's kind of disappointing. I think all the other colors match up pretty good. The logos, I'm going to guess these are trademarked. I mean, I know the Nintendo logo's trademarked. I'm going to assume these are as well. I would have liked if these would have been the same size. But otherwise, it looks good. You know, colors are all on the correct side. The side angle, the red looks better on 40 Winks than the front, but that may just be my eyes. But everything else looks about the same. Yeah, barcode's in the same spot. But yeah, at least to me, the red is the one that really stands out. It's not red enough. There's a little bit, probably blue, or no, there's a little bit of black in this one. The yellow is also not as bright, but it's more noticeable in the red. I know it's a little thing, but I mean, other than the shade of red, they look pretty close. I mean, if I didn't have a side-by-side comparison, other than the N64 logo that they have on the 40 Winks, nothing else would really stand out. So, I think it's really good. Well done. Alright, next we have, this was a little controversial, but the plush, this is quite large. Let me see if I can raise the camera up so you can see it. Okay, so we got this little, it's not little, it's about a foot tall, plush clock. I do apologize, I do not know the names of any of the characters. But this is a little controversial. Well, the plush itself isn't, but Pico had the original stuff created for the Kickstarter campaign. one of the, if you got like these special editions or collector's edition, whatever, if you got one of the editions, you got a plush, and it was going to be, I remember it was one of the two kids. It was one of the two kids or some other stuff, the clock and something else. You pick one of those, and the one that had the most votes, they were going to order. Well, they ordered it from China, and the way they tell the story is the Chinese firm that made them only sent half the order. I think it was a half or a third of the order, and they weren't put together correctly, and the Chinese firm stopped taking answering emails, phone calls, so they pretty much got ghosted, and they only got half of, I think it was half or a third of what they ordered. Big whoop-de-aw on the Kickstarter, because they came out with the idea of giving everyone a puzzle instead of a plush. I personally did not like the puzzle, so I'm guessing they were able to find a new vendor to produce these. I'm not really crazy about plushes. I just preferred it over a puzzle. I say, and I know they got a new vendor because this one has a little sticker up top that says made in Mexico, which is fine. I really don't care. The build quality of this is not very good. Let me lower the camera. There we go. The build quality isn't the greatest. You got a little bit of thread coming out over here. You got some stitching mishaps in the back. There's fluff coming out of all the seams, it appears. So it's not the greatest quality plush. However, since their original idea fell through because the company they partnered with took their money and ran, I personally feel it's a very good substitute. It's a plush like I expected, or that I ordered. Is the one that won the popularity contest? I don't know. I don't know their names well enough, and if I dig around my emails, I might be able to figure out which one won. But to me, it's not that important. I'm glad they sent something. I'm glad they were able to find somebody or some company that would produce these in the short amount of time that they had. I think from when I received it and when they made the announcement that stuff is going wrong with the Chinese producer, maybe 4 months. 4 months turnaround is pretty good. So if you're wondering what the plush looked like, this is what one of them looks like. I don't know if this is what all of them look like. Decent quality for the time frame. Then we have the soundtrack for 40 Winks. Nice little CD. And the controller. Now, the controller I'm a little disappointed in because it comes in a plain white box. The game is in a box very similar to an original N64 game. This CD is in packaging very similar to a CD you have gotten, but the controller, not so much. The controller is just in a plain white box. Let's open it up. Now, I do remember reading that they changed the design of the controller because Nintendo, I believe, was refiling or their patent on the controller, so they changed it. It's just to avoid any issues with patent law, which no complaints on that. I really like the purple. I think it looks really cool. The controller, like the handles are a little shorter. Would have been nice if this side was a little longer, but not too bad. The buttons feel stiff, at least in the L and R. Feel like there's not much travel space. It almost feels like a cheap controller, because it probably is. It has the 40 Winks logo on it, and it's purple, so it has those things going for it. Print out what I was supposed to get, but I think this is it. I think it was 4 items a week or two before it ended, and had already seen that it was, if they hit this dollar amount, you would get all this stuff if you had the top line package. And I figured, oh, well, they already hit this dollar amount. I'll get the top line one and get all this stuff. So this is all the stuff that came with the Kickstarter campaign. Let me put it all away, and we'll do an unboxing of the game itself. Alright, let's do it. Opening up a brand new, never before released N64 game. Let's see if the insides are as nice as the out. Alright, like I said before, this plastic is not the same as the original N64. It is much thicker, and it is sealed on the wrong ends, but I'm not going to hold that against them. I'm just making an observation. Alright, so now with the plastic all off, let's pop it open. Oh, I really hope there's a form in here to sign up for Nintendo Power. Man, this is... There we go. If I can do it without making them... Alright, well, I folded and bent it up. Alright. Okay. The cartridge is wrapped in bubble wrap, which is cool. Not something an original N64 game would have done, but cool. Black cartridge, look at that. Alright, so we got right here a Banjo Kazooie cartridge, and we'll compare the important warranty notification, not warranty, but information about unplugging, pulling out cartridge while the system's on. I mean, clearly they're different, but the wordage is different, but it's definitely the same idea, the same concept. Definitely very similar. I'll give them that. They did go with, don't know if it's going to pick it up. Don't know. It went with standard Phillips screws instead of the star hex bits the Nintendo used. That would have been cool if they did that. That would have been cool. But if you ever need to open it up, it's not that hard. There's the cartridge. Bubble wrap that held it in. Cardboard tray, which looks like a cardboard tray. Then we have the instruction booklet. Has the story with some screenshots. So far, it looks good. Description of what things are, how to do it, blah blah blah. That looks good. Ooh. And it comes with a poster. Check it, check it. Alright, so one side is this, and the other side is the box cover. So one thing I'm noticing, on the camera it looks a little darker, but in real life it's light. I feel in this poster it needs to be a little darker. Like, you don't have blacks over here on the edge. It's kind of this light purplish color going on. Not sure if that's on purpose, a printing error, or what. But personally, I think I would have liked it if it was a darker print. But that might be what they're going for. So can't judge it if it's not my style. And they also threw in, and I don't know what these are, but it looks like a Pog, to be honest. Not sure if I just dated myself on that. Probably did, but I'm playing for N64 games, so it's okay. And then a little 40 Winks business card. So yeah, that's everything that came with. Let me slide everything down. There we go. Alright, well that's the unboxing of the brand new, never before released N64 game 40 Winks. I hope you enjoyed this unboxing, and check out my other videos. I don't know, I've done one unboxing of a brand new Perfect Dark N64 game, and several brand new Super Nintendo games. So if you like seeing brand new games ripped open for no other reason other than enjoyment, please check them out. Thank you and have a great night. Bye bye.